Hello students, welcome back to our Vidya Lakshmi Matriculation Higher Secondary School YouTube channel. In our last session, we discussed about electric field and Coulomb's law of electrostatics. In second session, in this part, we are going to discuss electric field due to an electric dipole along the axial line, equatorial line, and electric potential due to electric dipole. Please watch our videos continuously and give us your valuable feedback to improve ourselves. We hope this school channel, our school channel, helps you to understand the concept better. Okay. This topic is about electric field due to an electric dipole along the axial line. It is along the axial line. Minus q charge is here, plus q charge is here. Two equal and opposite charges. Two equal and opposite charges separated by a small distance. Two equal and opposite charges separated by a small distance constitutes an electric dipole. Two equal and opposite charges separated by a small distance constitutes electric dipole. Product of one of the charges and distance between the two charges gives electric dipole moment. Now, our aim is to find out electric field at a point C which lies along the axis, which lies along the axial line here, okay, towards positive charge, This is positive charge. Therefore, the electric field at that point will be along this direction. You just take this as positive x-axis. At the same point, the electric field due to minus q. At the same point, the electric field due to minus q will be along minus x. It will act along minus x because this is negative charge. Okay, you just recall electric field definition. And also even you can consider the properties of lines of force that for positive charge, force line starts at positive and goes away. Whereas for negative charge, the force lines terminate at negative. Force lines ends at negative. In that way also you can consider. Now, electric field at that point C due to plus q. Electric field at the point C due to plus q charge. Electric field is a vector quantity. Force is a vector quantity. Electric field is also a vector quantity. It is also a vector quantity. Okay. Electric field due to positive charge at the point C is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught. 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught. The charge there is q divided by the distance between the charge and the point where we are calculating electric field. The point C is at a distance r from center of the dipole. This is center of the dipole. From the center of the dipole, it is at a distance r. Therefore, the point C is at a distance r minus a. The total distance is r here. This is a. Therefore, this distance is going to be r minus a. And so, the point C from minus q, it is going to be at a distance r plus a. This distance is going to be r plus a. Okay. So, electric field at the point C due to plus q is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r minus a whole square. Here this P vector, P is electric dipole moment. It is also a vector quantity. Because it has specific direction. It is also a vector quantity. To represent this in vector, we just add P cap here. Okay, because Q charge is a scalar quantity. Epsilon naught, that is permittivity of the medium. 8.854 into 10 power minus 12. That's a mere number. It's constant. This R, A. This both are distance. It is also a scalar quantity. So, to represent this in this part in vector, we just add P cap, where P cap is unit vector for the electric dipole moment. And similarly, electric field due to minus q, at the point C, that is vector equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught, 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught. This 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, its value is 9 into 10 power 9. Okay, Q, okay, we have to add minus sign here. The electric field is acting along this direction, minus x-axis, minus Q divided by R minus A, R plus A whole square, again P cap, where P cap is unit vector, P cap is unit vector. Then total electric field at the points is electric field due to plus Q charge plus electric field due to minus Q charge, both should be added. Then total electric field at that point, total electric field is equal to electric field due to plus Q, electric field due to plus Q and electric field due to minus Q, electric field due to minus Q, that is equal to, so we can take Q 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught common, we can take that common. So Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught, let us take common. Here we have 1 divided by R minus A whole square, 1 divided by R minus A whole square, minus 1 divided by R plus A whole square, 1 divided by R plus A whole square, 1 divided by R plus A whole square. Okay. Now we can take cross multiplication, then we have Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught, Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught. Then this can be written as R plus A whole square minus R minus A whole square. Then this should be written as R square minus A square whole square. And in the next step, we can write that this is A plus B whole square formula, A square plus B square plus 2AB. This is A minus B whole square formula, A square plus B square minus 2AB. Then we can write that the total electric field at the point C is equal to Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught, Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught, A plus B whole square, A plus B whole square, A square plus B square, A square plus B square plus 2AB minus sign is here. This is A minus B whole square, A square plus B square minus 2AB, A square, minus sign is there, therefore minus R square, plus B square, minus sign is there, therefore minus A square, minus 2AB, minus is there already, therefore minus to minus plus, therefore it is plus 2RA, divided by this one R square minus A square whole square, that can be written as R power 4, R power 4, and this A we are omitting because the value of A is very small. Even as per the definition for electric dipole, two equal and opposite charges separated by a small distance, constitute electric dipole. So the distance between the two charges itself is very small, 2A itself is very small, then A is very small, Actually we are subtracting, isn't it? We are subtracting. So for calculation convenience, we just omit that. Then here, what happens here? R square can be cancelled, plus A square minus A square, okay, and one R here you get, okay, actually we will get 4 RA, we will get 4 RA here. Good, this is 2 RA, add and then cancel. Then this is equal to Q divided by 4 pi A, Q divided by 4 pi A, 2 RA plus 2 RA, then you get 4 RA, we get 4 RA and divided by R power 4, and now we cancel R, 1 R and then R power 4 becomes R cube. Then this can be written as is equal to Q divided by Q, this 4 can be written as 2 into 2, this 4 can be written as 2 into 2, and we know that electric dipole moment P is equal to Q into 2A. Electric dipole moment P is equal to Q into 2A. Electric dipole moment is product of one of the charges and distance between the two charges. Electric dipole moment is product of one of the charges and the distance between the charges. That can be substituted here. Then we get the total electric field. The total electric field at this point is equal to 2 P vector. Electric dipole moment is a vector quantity, 4 pi epsilon naught r cube, 4 pi epsilon naught r cube, 4 pi epsilon naught r cube. Here we had P cap to represent this into vector. We had P cap here. Here also can have P cap. That P cap shall follow here. Here also P cap can be there. But when it comes to the last step here, we need not to add P cap here because already this itself is a vector quantity. Okay, then we need not to add this. Electric field is a vector quantity. Electric dipole moment is also a vector quantity. So electric field at the point C due to electric dipole along the axial line is 2 P vector by 4 pi epsilon naught r cube. This is the final equation we get. So this concept is about electric field at a point which lies along the axial line. We have derived an equation for electric field at a point due to electric dipole. Electric dipole is two equal and opposite charges separated by a small distance. Okay. The resultant electric field, from the equations we understand that the resultant electric field is acting along positive x-axis. See, the plus sign is there is no minus sign. The resultant electric field is acting along positive x-axis. This electric field due to an electric dipole along the axial line. Next, let us discuss electric field due to an electric dipole along the equatorial line. Electric field due to an electric dipole along the equatorial line. The final equation what we derived in the previous topic, that is electric field along the axial line. Let us recall that. Let us keep it with us for comparison. The previous equation was the electric field along the axial line was 2 P vector divided by 4 pi epsilon naught r cube, 4 pi epsilon naught r cube. This was the final equation. Let us keep this for comparison. This is minus q plus q, two equal charges, opposite charges, unlike charges, two equal charges separated by a small distance. Two equal and opposite charges separated by a small distance constitute electric dipole. Now consider a point C along the equatorial line. Previous case it was along the axial line, now it is along the equatorial line. Consider a point C at a distance r from the center, See, the distance between the two charges is 2a, from the center, it is at a distance a. So, you consider this right angle triangle, okay, then this is r, this is a, and BC square. Applying Pythagoras theorem, we can calculate BC square, then this distance can be calculated. So, the charge, the point C is, the distance is from the charge, that is BC. For the point C, from the charge minus q, it is at a distance AC. R is the distance of the point C from the center of the dipole. R is the distance of the point C from the center of the dipole. Due to this plus charge, the electric field will act along this direction. Okay. And this electric field which is acting along this direction is resolved into two components. Theta is here. Theta is the angle between the line which joins the point C with the axial line, with the dielectric dipole or the axial line, that is theta. As a point C is considered along the equatorial line, both this angle will be equal. This theta and this theta will be equal. Okay. So, this electric field is resolved into two components as sin theta and cos. This is theta, isn't it? Therefore, this is going to be opposite side parallel to this. Therefore, this is going to be sin theta. Then obviously, this is adjacent side. This is going to be cos theta. And similarly, as for the positive charge, the electric field is acting along this direction. Okay, well, starting from positive charge, it goes this way. Due to the negative charge, due to minus q, the electric field will act towards the negative charge. It will act towards the negative along this direction. And this electric field is also resolved into two components, that is sin theta and cos theta component, sin theta and cos theta component. This is theta, isn't it? Therefore, this is going to be opposite side. Therefore, this is sin theta component, this is cos theta component. As the distance and the magnitude of charges are the same, as the distance and magnitude of charges are the same, the electric field E sin theta and E sin theta magnitude will be the same, and they are acting in opposite direction. They are acting in opposite directions. Therefore, they are going to get cancelled. Therefore, they are going to get cancelled. And the electric field E cos theta magnitude is the same, but they are acting in same direction. They are acting in same direction. Therefore, they are going to be added. They are going to be added. So, electric field at the point C. The electric field at the point C. The electric field at the point C is equal to, the electric field at the point C is equal to, along the equatorial line, it's a vector quantity, that is equal to, you see that this is acting along this direction, this is acting along minus x axis, therefore minus 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught, 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught q divided by 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught q divided by electric field due to the plus q here, okay, and due to minus q. The resultant is acting along this direction as cos theta and cos theta can be added. Therefore, as magnitude is the same, you can just add these two. Then q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught and square of the distance. BC and AC both are same, isn't it? BC and AC both are same. We need BC square, square of the distance, BC square is equal to, okay, A square plus R square. Okay, applying Pythagoras theorem, BC square is equal to BO square and OC square, which is equal to R square plus A square, BC square is equal to R square plus A square. So, you can write that the square of the distance is equal to R square plus A square, R square plus A square, R square plus A square. Okay. This is a vector quantity, and it is acting along this direction, it is acting along opposite electric dipole moment. You can just add P cap here, unit vector, you can just add P cap here, okay. This is along the equatorial line, that is minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught 1 by q r square plus a square P cap. So, now we are going to discuss electric field due to an electric dipole along the equatorial line. This is minus q, this is plus q. Two equal and opposite charges separated by a small distance constitute electric dipole. Two equal and opposite charges separated by a small distance constitute electric dipole. The point C is considered at a distance r from center of the electric dipole. Okay. The electric field due to plus q is acting along this direction. Electric field due to plus q at the point C is acting along this direction. Okay. And this electric field is resolved into two components, one as sin theta component, another one is cos theta component. This angle is theta. Theta is the angle between the line which joins the point C or the direction of electric field at that point and the electric dipole or the axial line. This is theta. Okay. If this is theta, this is also going to be theta. So, these two are parallel. This is also going to be theta. The electric field which is acting along this direction is resolved into two components, sin theta component and cos theta component. This is positive charge, therefore, electric field is acting along this direction. This is negative charge, okay. Force line, electric field will be towards this. When the electric field is acting along this direction, in case of minus charge, the electric field is acting along this direction towards minus q. This electric field is resolved into two components. One is sin theta component, another one is cos theta component. One is sin theta, another one is cos theta. This angle is theta, this angle is theta. Then this is opposite side. Therefore, this is sin theta component, this is adjacent side. Therefore, this is cos theta component. Magnitude of E sin theta and E sin theta will be the same because electric field is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by distance, square of the distance. The square of the distance BC square or AC square is equal, because the point C is considered along the equatorial line. Therefore, BC square and AC square will be equal. So, these two magnitude are equal and they are in opposite directions. Therefore, they are going to get cancelled. They are going to get cancelled. Then the electric field at the point can be written as electric field at the point C along the equatorial line due to equatorial line. It's a vector quantity that is equal to 1 divided by, you can have minus n because it is acting along minus x axis, 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught, 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught, okay, q divided by q by e cos theta plus e cos theta, isn't it? Therefore, 2e cos theta, take it as 2a, take it as 2 cos theta, q cos theta divided by square of this, maybe bc square or ac square, both are same. Applying Pythagoras theorem, this BC square, BC square is equal to OB square plus OC square, OB square plus OC square, that is equal to A square plus R square, that is equal to A square plus R square, that is BC square. Then you can write that Q cos theta by A square plus R square, Then cos theta value to be calculated. Cos theta is equal to adjacent side by hypotenuse. Adjacent side is A. Cos theta, adjacent side is A divided by hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is BC. BC square is A square plus R square. Then hypotenuse, that is BC is equal to square root of A square plus R square, and this is what we this is A square plus R square power of A square plus R square power of. If we substitute the value there, we have electric field along the equatorial line. Is equal to minus 2 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught, q we have here. Cos theta value is A, divided by, we have A square R square power 1, A square R square power of. Therefore, we can write here A square plus R square power 3 by 2. Just like the previous case, the value of A can be neglected in the denominator. A is very small. As per the definition for the electric dipole, two equal and opposite charges separated by a small distance constitute electric dipole. Two equal and opposite charges separated by a small distance constitute electric dipole. 2A itself is very small, then A must be very, very small. So, for calculation convenience, we neglect this. That is equal to minus 2QA. This is product of one of the charges and distance between the two charges. Product of one of the charges and the distance between the charges. That is equal to minus P vector, and we can add here P cap to represent this in vector. This is a vector quantity, isn't it? To represent, we can add P cap. Okay, P cap is unit vector. So, minus P vector, it's a vector quantity, divided by 4 pi epsilon naught. This we are omitting for calculation convenience, and we have this is 2 gets cancelled, then we will get R cube. Actually, this negative sign indicates the direction in which the resultant electric field is acting. Here, the resultant electric field is acting along this direction. You just see, imagine that the electric dipole is kept along the x-axis, and the resultant electric field is acting along minus x-axis. In the previous case, what we discussed that we got that electric field due to an electric dipole along the axial line, it was 2 P vector divided by 4 pi epsilon naught R cube, Now, what we are getting, electric field due to along the equatorial line, electric field due to electric dipole along the equatorial line is equal to P vector, we are getting P vector divided by 4 pi epsilon naught R cube, Now, let us just compare these two equations. That electric field along the axial line is 2 times of electric field along the equatorial line. For an electric dipole, if you are considering the point C at the same distance from the center of the electric dipole, if you are considering the point C at the same distance from center of the electric dipole, we can consider that the electric field along the axial line is 2 times of electric field along the equatorial line. That's what we are getting here. So the comparative equation, we can just compare these two and write that electric field along the axial line, electric field along the axial line is equal to 2 times of electric field along the equatorial line, in case if the point C is considered at the same distance from center of the electric dipole, this comparative equation we should know. And there is another difference, that in case of electric field along the axial line, the resultant electric field is acting along positive x-axis. In case of electric field along the equatorial line, the resultant electric field is acting along negative x-axis. It is in opposite direction, opposite to the direction of electric dipole moment. Electric field along the axial line is acting along positive x-axis. In this case, that is along the direction of electric dipole moment, because electric dipole moment itself is acting from minus q to plus q. In this case, electric field along the equatorial line, the resultant electric field is acting along minus x-axis, which is opposite to the direction of electric dipole moment. Okay, the difference we should know. Now we shall discuss electric potential. Now let us discuss electric potential due to an electric dipole. Consider two charges, minus q here and plus q here, two equal and opposite charges separated by a small distance 2a. Now we are going to calculate electric potential at this point. In the previous case we discussed electric field due to electric dipole. Now we are going to discuss electric potential. In the previous case we discussed electric field along the axial line and then electric field along the equatorial. Now in this case we are going to derive a common equation, and we are going to discuss various cases where it will be along the axial and the equatorial line, both will be discussed. Electric potential is amount of work done in moving unit positive charge from infinity to a point. Okay, it's amount of work done. Electric potential is nothing but amount of work done. Unit for electric potential is voltage. Now electric potential at the point P, which is at a distance r from center of the electric dipole. See, in all the cases we are discussing the points, we are considering the points. The distance of the points is considered from the center of the electric dipole. Here also the electric potential due to charge due to plus q, electric potential due to plus q is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught, charge is q there, and the distance is r1, Electric potential is a scalar quantity. We should not mention arrow mark. Electric field is a vector quantity. It has specific direction. Electric potential is a scalar quantity. It is not a vector quantity. So arrow mark is not necessary. Then electric potential due to minus q at the same point P due to minus q is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught, q divided by R2, R2 is the distance of the point P from the minus q charge. This is minus q, therefore it should be considered. Based on the nature of the charge, the direction in which work has to be done will be decided, isn't it? Therefore, we have to consider the negative sign here. Then total electric potential at this point. Total electric potential at this point will be equal to, electric potential due to plus q plus electric potential due to minus q, and this can be written as the total electric potential is equal to q by 4 pi epsilon naught. Let us take common. q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught 1 divided by r1, 1 divided by r1 minus 1 divided by r2, minus 1 divided by r2. Now, for this you just apply cosine law. If you apply cosine law, we get that r1 square is equal to r1 square is equal to r square plus a square minus 2ar cos theta. Cosine law, r1 square is equal to r square plus a square minus 2ar cos theta, cosine's law. So, it's r1 square is equal to r square plus a square, r square plus a square, r square plus a square, r square plus a square minus 2ar cos theta, minus 2ar cos theta. And here, if you take r square as common in the right side, if you are taking r square as common in the right side, this becomes 1 plus a square by r square, a square by r square minus 2ar cos theta divided by r square, divided by r square. Actual equation is r1 square is equal to r square plus a square minus 2ar cos theta. Here we are taking r square common, then 1 plus a square by r square minus 2ar cos theta by r square we are getting. We are neglecting this a square by r square because its value will be very small. Okay, a square by r, because 2a is very small, isn't it? Then a square by r square value will be very small. For calculation convenience, we just omit that. We have minus 2ar cos theta by r square. Here also you see that r gets cancelled here. R is here and then r square is here. Okay, it goes off. Then we get that this is equal to r square 1 minus 2a cos theta divided by r, 2a cos theta divided by r. This is r1 square, this is r1 square. Then 1 by r1, then if you take r1 equal, taking square root on either side, r1 is equal to r into 1 minus 2a cos theta divided by r. Actually, we are taking square root on either side, isn't it? Then r1 square becomes r1, r square becomes r. Here we have to introduce power of, because we are taking square root on either side. Then we take 1 by r1 because we have to substitute the value of r1 here, which is 1 by r1. We are going to substitute 1 by r1. So, we are taking 1 by r1. 1 by r1 is equal to 1 divided by r, 1 divided by r, and here 1 minus 2a cos theta divided by r. In power we can write minus 1 by 2 because we are bringing this to denominator, isn't it? Therefore, we have to introduce minus sign. 1 minus x power minus n, binomial theorem. 1 minus x power minus n, apply binomial theorem there. Binomial theorem is 1 minus x power minus n is equal to 1 plus nx by 1 factorial plus etc. For calculation convenience, we take only the first two terms, 1 plus nx by 1 factorial. If you are applying that, we get 1 divided by r1 is equal to 1 divided by r, We get 1 minus 2a cos theta r, and 1 by 2 will come here, 1 by 2 n, that is value of 1 by 2 will come here, 2 get cancelled. Then we get 1 plus a cos theta, divided by r, 1 plus a cos theta divided by r. We got that 1 by r1 is equal to 1 by r, 1 plus a cos theta by r. This value, let us keep it in mind. What is the equation we have? This equation we have to keep it in mind, that we have Vt equal to total potential at this point is q by 4 pi epsilon naught 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. In that 1 by r1, this value is equal to 1 by r into 1 plus a cos theta by r, 1 plus a cos theta by r. If you go to next, then we can find out, let us keep this here, and we get the value for 1 by r2. This value we will note down here, this value shall note down here. We have 1 by r1 equal to, what we got, that 1 by r1 is equal to 1 by r 1 plus a cos theta, 1 plus a cos theta divided by r. This is what we got. Similarly, we can find out value for 1 by r2. We can find out value for 1 by r2. We have to find out value for 1 by r2 and substitute here. Apply cosine's law here. R2 square is equal to a square plus r square minus 2ar cos 180 minus theta, because it is straight line, isn't it? It's a straight line, and we are considering the point P at a distance r from center of the electric dipole, and if this line, the line which joins the point P from the center of the electric dipole, makes an angle theta with the electric dipole along the x-axis theta. If this is theta, obviously this is going to be 180 minus theta, as the total angle is 180. Then r1 square, applying cosine's law, r1 square is equal to, r2 square is equal to r2 square is equal to r square plus a square, r square plus a square, r square plus a square minus 2ar cos 180 minus theta, that's equal to, if you apply that ASTC formula, cos 180 minus theta is minus cos theta. Then this is r square plus a square plus 2ar cos theta minus 2ar cos theta, because cos 180 minus theta is minus cos theta, Here, what to do, that just like the previous case, we are taking r square as common. If you take r square as common, we get 1 plus a square by r square plus 2ar cos theta by r square. This get cancelled. We are neglecting this as its value is very small, and here r gets cancelled. Then we get r2 square is equal to r square is there. We have 1 plus a cos theta divided by r. Taking square root, we get r2 is equal to r into 1 plus a cos theta divided by r power of, because we are taking square root. Now bring this to denominator, reciprocal. Okay. Then 1 by r2 equal to 1 divided by r2 is equal to 1 divided by r into 1 plus a cos theta divided by r power minus of, because we are bringing this to denominator. 1 minus x power minus n equal to 1 plus nx by 1 factorial, isn't it? The same way, 1 plus x power minus n, 1 plus x power minus n, just write it here. Let me write here. 1 plus x power minus n, binomial theorem, we get 1 minus nx by 1 factorial plus etc. Taking first two terms only for calculation convenience, this can be written as 1 by r2 is equal to 1 divided by r into, here it comes, okay, minus 1 by 2 power comes in it, minus 1 by 2, you get minus 1 by 2, x is this a cos theta, okay. Actually, I forgot to add 2 here, 2 must be here, 2 will be here, 2 will be here, the 2 will be here, 2 get cancelled, 2 gets cancelled, like, just like the previous case. Then this becomes 1 minus a cos theta by r, 1 minus a cos theta by r. Okay. Actually here 2 should be here. Okay, it's 2a cos theta. Here also it is 2a cos theta. Here also it is 2a cos theta. When you substitute the value of n here, the n value here, the 2 and 2 get cancelled. The minus n is there. Then you get 1 by r2 is equal to 1 by r into 1 minus a cos theta by r. Here for 1 by r1 what we got 1 by r into 1 plus a cos theta by r, whereas for 1 by r2 that is 1 by r into 1 minus a cos theta by r. Now these two values we are going to substitute here. Let us substitute the values here there. Yes. Now let us substitute the values in that equation. We have total potential at the point P due to the electric dipole is q by 4 pi epsilon naught 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. That value let us substitute. And the total electric potential at the point is equal to q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught, q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught 1 by r1. 1 by r1 is 1 by r. Here also we have 1 by r in it, so let us take common 1 by r. That r can be taken common out. Let us take the r common out. Then we have 1 plus a cos theta, 1 plus a cos theta divided by r, minus, we have minus here, then this will become minus 1, it becomes minus 1, minus of minus plus, this becomes plus a cos theta divided by r, this is equal to q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught r, and we have 2a cos theta by r, we have 2a cos theta, a cos theta plus a cos theta, 2a cos theta by r, 2a cos theta by r, that is equal to total electric potential at the point, P due to the electric dipole equal to q into 2a. Q is one of the charges and 2a is distance between the two charges, that is electric dipole moment, which is p vector. So that is equal to Pa cos theta, q into 2a is p, electric dipole moment, therefore p cos theta divided by 4 pi epsilon naught r square, So this is the equation to find out electric potential at a point P due to electric dipole. Total potential equal to P cos theta by 4 pi epsilon naught r square. This is electric dipole. Electric dipole is two equal and opposite charges separated by a small distance. Two equal and opposite charges separated by a small distance constitute electric dipole. Our aim is to find out an equation to calculate electric potential at the point P, which is at a distance r from center of the dipoles, And first we are finding electric potential at the point P due to plus q, and then we find out electric potential at the point P due to minus q. Later this is the total equation. We get total electric potential at the point P is equal to P cos theta by 4 pi epsilon r square. Q to A, product of one of the charges and distance between the two charges is electric dipole moment P, Now let us discuss special cases on this equation. We have total potential is P cos theta by 4 pi epsilon naught r square. Okay. Total potential is P cos theta 4 pi epsilon naught r. So in this equation, the total potential, what do we have? The total potential at the point P. The total potential at the point P is P cos theta. We got that total potential at the point P is P cos theta by 4 pi epsilon naught r square. Electric potential is a scalar quantity. Now, you see that theta is the angle here, isn't it? If theta is equal to 0, if theta is equal to 0, it means that if theta is equal to 0, this means that the point P, if theta is equal to 0, it means that the point P is along the axial line. In this case, theta is equal to 0. In this case, theta is equal to 0. If theta is equal to 0, then total potential becomes V suffix d, total potential is equal to P cos theta, cos 0. What is cos 0? Let us see the cos graph. See, this cos graph goes like this, isn't it? 0 plus 1 minus 1, here you have 90 degree, here we have 180 degree, here 270 degree, and here we have 360 degree. This is cos graph. Theta is equal to 0. If theta is equal to 0, then cos 0 is equal to 1, then total potential will be equal to P divided by 4 pi epsilon naught r square, 4 pi epsilon naught r square. If theta is equal to 90 degree, if theta is equal to 90 degree, if theta is equal to 90 degree, that is in that case, the point P lies along the equatorial line like this, isn't it? It lies along this direction. Okay, the point P lies here, then theta will become 90, degree. The point P is lying along the equatorial line. In that case, you see that cos 90 is 0, then total potential is equal to 0 by anything, 0. Then total electric potential at the point P, the point P lies along the equatorial line, total electric potential is 0. It's because it is at the equidistance. You can see that this distance and distance both are same. Then electric potential due to plus Q is cancelled by electric potential due to minus Q. Then total potential is 0. If theta is equal to 180 degree, if theta is equal to 180 degree, if theta is equal to 180 degree, cos 180 degree, cos 180 degree is equal to minus 1, cos 180 degree is equal to minus 1, then total potential is equal to minus P divided by 4 pi epsilon naught r square, minus P divided by 4 pi epsilon naught r square. The point P is considered along the axial line, then theta is equal to 0. If theta is equal to 0, cos 0 is plus 1, therefore we get P by 4 pi epsilon naught r square. The point P is considered along the equatorial line, then theta is equal to 90 degree, cos 90 is 0, then total potential will become 0. The point P is considered along the axial line, but towards minus Q, that is along the minus x axis, towards minus Q in this direction, then theta becomes 180 degree, cos 180 is minus 1, therefore total potential is minus P divided by 4 pi epsilon naught r square. So these are the special cases about electric potential due to an electric dipole. Students, we hope you understand these concepts better. We request you to send your feedback. It may be appreciation, or even it may be criticism, it may be suggestions. All your suggestions, feedback, welcome for us. Okay. Thank you for watching our school video. If you like this content, if you like this explanation, please subscribe to our school YouTube channel. Sri Vidya Lakshmi Matriculation Higher Secondary School YouTube channel. You please subscribe if you like this. Your feedback is welcome. Thank you students. Thank you. Bye.